has to wonder what the trajectory of Michael's life would have been like had he not been burned in 1984.
And after that, he started developing this addiction.
Every single aspect of his life was impacted, and not in a good way.
TMZ presents Michael Jackson 30 Fatal Seconds. It premieres tonight at 9 o'clock right here on Fox 5. Harvey, Levin, nice to have you back on Good Day.
Hey, Rosanna.
I know we're going to talk about Michael in a second, but I got to ask you about the breaking news. I don't know if you had any connection with the former Prince Andrew, but apparently he's been arrested this morning. Charges related to Jeffrey Epstein. Do you know anything more about this?
Not a lot, but it involves him giving information to Epstein and trading back and forth, which is in violation, if true, in violation of UK law. And the stakes here are high. What I understand is that this could be a life in prison case.
Wow.
It's not, they don't call it treason, but it's essentially giving up state secrets. It's using his position to help Epstein. And you know, it seems like it's more financial than anything, but it's serious.
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize it was that serious. Okay, we're going to follow that today. Something that you've been like in the forefront of is Nancy Guthrie, and you keep getting these ransom notes from someone, or ransom in quotes. What do you think?
Well, I can tell you the FBI is really interested in that first note we got. We have had many contacts, and over days, weeks now, over this letter. So they are really interested in this letter. We got a new one yesterday. It's a different type of letter. I don't know if it's from the same person or not, but demanding roughly the same amount of money. It's the way it's structured is different, but the FBI has that as well. You know, almost 3 weeks in, they don't really have any hot leads here. It is just unbelievable in 2026 how somebody can be that elusive. But this guy he is.
I know yesterday they were talking about, you know, maybe they're going to start searching in Mexico, which is kind of unbelievable. Did they get a tip on that? Did they hear that this guy might have been at a drugstore in Mexico trying to get, you know, medicine for Nancy, or they're just doing due diligence there?
No, I mean, we broke that. And it wasn't that they got any kind of a tip. It's a possibility because Tucson is so close to the Mexican border that they contacted federal officials in federal law enforcement in Mexico, asking law enforcement there and the locals to be on the lookout for Nancy or the kidnapper. Our sources say they have not gotten any bites on that yet. And they checked Border Patrol cameras. They haven't seen any evidence of Nancy going across the border right after the kidnapping. They say it's possible that they could have done it sometime later, but it's just doing due diligence at this point.
Got it. Do you get any new notes this morning?
I've not gotten any yet.
Okay. Hey, so let's talk about your big special tonight on Fox. TMZ presents Michael Jackson 30 Fatal Seconds. I remember when this happened. Why are we still so fascinated with Michael Jackson and this particular moment in time?
Well, there's a big biopic coming out in a couple of months on Jackson's life, and people are talking about that. But, you know, we broke the story on Michael Jackson's death, and then spent a lot of time, many, many months, kind of figuring out what happened here, because it wasn't as simple as, you know, one doctor, Conrad Murray, doing what he did. There's a story behind it. But what we're doing now is we're connecting dots. And if you look at his life, Rosanna, the downfall is absolutely connected to that 1984 Pepsi commercial where his scalp was severely burned. And we connect those dots. And when you watch it, you say, of course, because you kind of figure it out. But we have footage that nobody's ever seen before of this accident, We have kind of the intel on what actually happened. Something went wrong. The issue is who was responsible for that, and then what were the consequences that followed. And we get into that using the Pepsi commercial as the centerpiece. And as a former MTV VJ said, you know, Michael's life went like this, and then there was a Pepsi commercial, and then it went like this. And that's really true.
So, I mean, obviously we've heard, like, you know, the drug accusations, but was that pivotal too with the child accusations at that time too?
No, I mean, I don't think that's cause effect. But in terms of what led to his death, it was drugs. And Michael Jackson was not a drug addict before that Pepsi commercial. And it wasn't in his head or in his universe. But it happened, and it happened because of that commercial.
Well, his music, you know, is still one of my favorites, and I can't wait to see what you put together tonight. 9 o'clock on Fox 5, TMZ presents Michael Jackson, 30 Fatal Seconds. Always great to talk to you, Harvey. Thank you so much.
Great talking to you, Rosanna.
All right.
We have some breaking news that we need to get to.